Knew I forgot something. Actually, I forgot a couple of things, but whatever. Hello, all. Welcome back to. I'm gonna love with you. We actually have not played Pokemon on stream basically since Crown Tundra came out, which sucks because Crown Tundra was really good. But I'm very easily distracted, which is why I decided to do the whole egg farming thing on stream, because if I don't do it here, I won't remember to do it. Also, because I'm hoping that if I do the egg farming here on stream, there's, I'm going to say an increased chance that we might actually get to do the thing that the egg farming is for. I don't know if that's going to pay off, but it's what I'm hoping for. Basic idea for anyone who has no idea what the hell I'm on about. A while ago, we were talking about doing a, like, multi-streamer, like a... I and at least one friend, and then a couple of other, at the, bigger streamers had been talking about doing basically, like, a gym challenge across all of our streams. And that kept getting brought up and then forgotten about, and I just went, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna actually make the stupid team because I want to, and I keep forgetting about it, so if I don't do it on stream, I won't do it. Also, well, hi, Nebula and Manfred, how are y'all doing? So I have the team basically picked out. I think I have most of the moves selected. Actually, I don't remember if I picked moves. The trick right now is just, getting them all to be shiny because I'm dumb. Because I am dumb, and I just decided from the very beginning that of the original 4 people who were involved, 2 of them were likely to do some kind of EV and IV training. And one was going to do nothing of the sort. So I went, you know what? How about I do the barest level of IV training, and just decide that all of mine are going to be shiny because I'm an idiot. Watch a new game come out before you all get around to it. That's the other reason why I'm doing this, Manfred, so that I can just transfer all of them over to another game. Because that way I can keep them anyway. Like, a couple of the Pokemon in this team might not necessarily be in a Sinnoh game, but that's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, that is a thing you can do in pretty much every Pokemon game. The Switch games were the only ones you couldn't transfer into for a while, but now you can do that too. In fact, the company that is working on... what's it called? Oh shoot, are all of my eggs in Pokemon Home? They might be. All of the company that's making the Sinnoh remakes is also the one who made Pokemon Home, which is the system for brain re-engage, for transferring Pokemon in and out of the Switch games. So yeah, unless they're not in the Pokedex for that one, and in that case, I just gap fill with other Pokemon, other bug types that fill similar-ish niches. Like, honestly, all of them have multiple things that could gap fill for them. They just aren't the best. But yeah, just a warning, this is basically going to be the plan for today, is just running in circles to do this. Played them all as standalone games. Well, the thing with most of them was that there was the whole version exclusive, so you needed to be able to trade with people who had the other... No! Shit! Fuck off, cutie fly. Who had the other versions so that you could trade with them. Then, once Silver and Gold came out, the idea was that you needed to get... Oh no, those are all going to be sorted into the wrong boxes. Hang on. Once Silver and Gold came out, to get more, you would need to... Okay, no, they're not being sorted to the wrong boxes. But give me just a second. If I don't do this, it might cause issues. I have a living Pokedex that would just cause I have a living Pokedex that's not complete, and it would just be bad if eggs got thrown into the middle of it. So in Silver and Gold, you could trade Pokemon back and forth between Red and Blue and Silver and Gold. But you could only... I think you could only have Kanto Pokemon in your party when you did the transfer. So the Red and Blue straight up could not see the newer Pokemon. How was it that you transferred to Ruby and Sapphire? Because I know you could, but I don't remember how. There was a way to transfer. And it was the same way for... Maybe you couldn't transfer. Maybe you just had to gap fill for the empty bits of the Pokedex with Fire Red and Leaf Green, and then Emerald. And then for the DS Pokemon games, you could transfer Pokemon from the Game Boy Advance games through... what's it called? Because the DS had slots for both a Game Boy Advance, the original DS, had slots for a Game Boy Advance game and a DS game. So you could, like, just move them over that way. I'm trying to remember. And then you could just use the trade function for all of the DS games between themselves. There was something weird about transferring from the DS to the 3DS, but there was a way to do it. Oh, it was so before Pokemon Home, we had Pokemon Bank, which is functionally mostly the same thing as Pokemon Home, but without a phone app tied to it as well. And you could transfer into Pokemon Bank from the last couple DS games, like Black and White and Black and White 2. So you could transfer into it, but not back out, so it was a one-way thing. And then, because Pokemon Bank was technically a 3DS app, so the Pokemon games from the DS were able to export data to it, but not import from it. And that way you could get... that was when they started basically having a tool that let you share Pokemon across your game files, because Pokemon Bank was like Pokemon Home was a yearly subscription. Oh wait, all of these have hatched. Was a yearly subscription. Admittedly, it was a third the price because it was $5 instead of however the hell much, 15 for Pokemon Home. I'm going to end up with so many freaking Shuckle Eggs. But with those ones, they made it a lot easier to basically just tell it, hey, these accounts are all tied to the same, or these games are all tied to the same account, so let me just transfer. But Nintendo being Nintendo, it was still tied to the account that was on the 3DS, and you couldn't have more than one 3DS using the same account because their system was kind of dumb. It still is, but at the very least, there was, like, more stuff you could do then. Like, that's how we have we started a monotype challenge that we never finished because I got obsessed with trying to make all of those shiny types. Where we started with a Joltik and Larvesta because we were able to transfer a Joltik and a Larvesta we caught from a Black and White. Yes, I think it was from a Black and White Nuzlocke that we did on stream over as level 1s into that account. Yeah, why would anyone ever want more than one of a console when one, it might also just be the same people, like, it might be a household not wanting to share the same goddamn console. Also, when the game is built around trading! Fucking trade evolution Pokemon, the bane of everyone's existence. I am surrounded by sleeping animals. Oh, okay, so I threw a whole bunch of stuff into the Discord today. And I'm going to go try and look at it again, because I'm going to be using this as pretty much just a just chatting stream, because I'm not doing anything useful. Like I said, I'm doing this. Oh yeah, Pokemon has had a lot of flaws over the years, but it's probably fair to point at pretty much every fan-made game and go, but it could have been so much worse. So yeah, I threw a whole bunch of stuff into the Discord because, one, I was pointing out that I created a new channel in the Discord for social media posts, and also just, like, whenever I post stuff that isn't, like, stream go live things, just so I don't clutter the announcements part of the Discord. And I marked that one is going to be, there as not safe for work, because stuff from the site that cannot be named will get posted in there. And while I think that it's still a matter for debate whether or not vaguely, or in some cases explicitly, lewd food is technically 18+, it's definitely not safe for work, so I'm marketing it that way. Second, I got the last couple of VODs dealt with, and I'm working on dealing with all of my very long backlog, but as a warning, unless I get a whole bunch of callouts for, like, hey, can you get this specific one up and running? I'm basically just going at them in the order that makes the most sense to me, which means that I'm going to try and not do just the same game, but if there's, like, a game that I started and then kept playing through for a while, I'm going to start with earlier VODs so that the VODs at least kind of release in the right order. But there's literally months of random crap that never went live because distractions. And I'm saying right now that the focus is 100% not going to be on getting caught up, but making sure I don't fall further behind. So, just a warning there, too. Come here. Also, just to be clear, we're looking for a blue Shuckle. That's what shiny Shuckles look like. Once we get a blue Shuckle, we're just done. Because off the top of my head, that will be effectively 1/3 of the team done, because we already have a Dupiter. We have a shiny Dupiter, and I think that's about it, actually. Hey, Sibwow. Right, what else was I doing? Oh, so I spent most of yesterday getting the piece of shit laptop that I have. Yes, IVs in nature are fixable. However, I believe we're actually going at this with a pretty good chance of being okay. Because, right, Judge. Yeah. The ability is probably the most annoying part, because we want sturdy. But I think it's a perfect IV Shuckle. I'm like 98% certain we're doing our breeding currently with a... Yeah, our current one is a perfect IV Shuckle, and the Ditto that it's breeding with is also perfect IV. So, honestly, the only thing that will probably be... And it's also got the correct nature locked in as well because of an Everstone. So the only thing it's really fucked up on right now is ability, because that's just kind of a crapshoot. This has existed for a long time. Basically, I don't remember... Breeding was weird in Silver and Gold, so I can't speak to that one. But for a very long time, IVs have basically been that if both parents have perfect IVs, then all but one of the baby's IVs are guaranteed to be perfect as well. The nature can be locked in if the parent is holding an Everstone. I believe it's also supposed to help with the ability, but it doesn't often. I think it mostly just depends on being lucky. Like, I think our Dupitor actually has the wrong ability, but they've got damn near perfect IVs. Like, whatever one is not great is fine. You still need a Desti Bond for passing down more IVs? Yeah. Wait, was that IVs? Either way, yeah. And yes, to be clear, the reason we're doing this is the Matada Method, which is a thing named after the director of the original Gen 4 games, where if you breed... Originally, it was Pokemon from 2 different continents. It's now Pokemon with different language origins. It massively decreases... Or increases, sorry. Massively increases your chance of getting a shiny. Plus, I have the shiny charm, which I believe in total reduces it down to like a 1 in 400 or something chance. I don't actually remember. It's the best chance of getting a shiny that doesn't involve any sort of absurd farming method that I'm never very good at. Plus, this way I'm a little bit more locked in on getting a good statted one too. Oh shoot. I just remembered I had a pot of water boiling. Right, so the laptop that I was testing looks like it's gonna work because it doesn't actually need to run as though it's on a stream. It's the system that I'm gonna try using for cooking streams. Probably not the next one because I need to buy a bunch of webcams for it. Is that the laptop is going to be running as sort of a camera, but it doesn't need to actually stream or anything. Using NDI, so it's going to just be visible to other systems on the network that also have an NDI plugin in OBS. This is so weird. So, like, it's going to use the same amount of CPU that OBS would use for looking at a whole bunch of different cameras at once, which can be a lot, but usually isn't that much if you have, what's it called? If you have them set to, like, disable as you switch through them. Because that laptop is a fucking piece of crap. But I think it might actually kind of work. You've been having fun trying to get a living dex back in Moon. Part of what I'm trying to do is actually not fuck up the living dex I've got going in this game with all of these eggs that I'm making. So I might have to just shunt a whole bunch of stuff over to home. So yeah, that looks like it's actually going to work really well. I might just go pick up some, like, $25 webcams to hook up, because it can have... I have weird luck with webcams in any sort of USB extension, so what I'll probably end up doing is, like, 2 webcams and then the microphone. Because if I can actually use a good microphone, or at least a Blue Yeti Snowball, Blue Snowball, I'm gonna use the fucking Blue Snowball instead of the mics we have been using. I might see if I can finagle getting webcams hooked up to an extender, though, just so I can set up more. We'll see. But that system looks like it's gonna work, and I'm really hyped for that. What else did I try and announce? Oh, hoping to get back into doing workout streams tomorrow. I have a plan for if there is not any sort of continuation available in... What's it called? Ring Fit, because I'm a little afraid that there might not be continuation in Ring Fit. I wanted to start today, but I've got like a tickle in my throat, and I keep coughing, which is why I meant to make more tea before I started. So I might run up and go put some away. I might go run up and make some. I can words good, I swear. Huh. Which I explained very poorly, because what I said was that... What was it? Something about being motivated to lose weight, when it's not actually that. It's just that that's so much faster shorthand, and I did actually run out of characters in a Discord message. Basically, I have been eating as though I have been working out regularly. Shiny Shuckle and 13 more eggs after this batch finishes. You're calling it now? Okay, so wow, I will remember that. 13 more eggs is like 2.5 groups, so okay. So I'm eating more calories than I should be and not burning off the weight, not burning off the calories. So my weight is climbing very slightly, which is not actually that significant of a thing, but it's much easier for me to re-add working out to my day, and probably better for me, than it is to cut more food out. So there's the logic there. Also, because working out helps with fat redistribution, and I still hate my gut. And part of the reason why I want to get back into doing that is because I finally figured out what the hell I both want to and am okay with wearing to go swimming. Because, look, none of you have ever possibly seen me go swimming, because that would be weird. But I fucking love swimming, like, a lot. Like, the first time Haley saw me properly be able to jump into an ocean, she was mildly horrified, because she'd never seen what happens when I get access to the ocean. Here, you four, come here. But it has been I'm going to say, ongoing issue for my own brain, going, okay, what combination of swimming, like, accoutrement would I be okay with wearing and want to wear now that I'm transitioned enough that it would be an issue if I were to wear anything else that I used to wear. Also, because the only pair of swim trunks that I used to have anyway got destroyed by a banyan tree. So I needed to get new stuff anyway. And I know that I'm not going to probably be able to swim at least until next year, because there's a fucking plague and we are seemingly incapable of doing anything about it properly. But I'm going to continue to hold out hope that I will be able to swim before 2022. Also, definitely not trying to... I'm very, let's say, jealous? No, envious. Because one of Haley's coworkers, who she is going to be hanging out with, like, next month, because, again, they're all trapped in each other's COVID bubbles, so they're the only socialization that they all get to experience, has an apartment with, like, a hot tub, and they're all going to go to that after work in, like, a month, and I'm just sitting here jealous, like, oh, I want to do that, but I'm technically far enough away from your bubble that it's safer for me not to be sad about not being there, but whatever, I'm just gonna ignore it. It's fine. Just block out the brain. Block out the brain. It's okay. What the hell was that noise? Oh, it's that weird alien Pokemon thing. And then the final thing that I threw into the Discord was more streams, which is not to necessarily say, like, actually more streams, so much as more different streams. I'm going to try not to get quite so locked in on a specific game as easily. Like, not to say that I won't, because I definitely still will, but trying to do multiple different games throughout a week again. Erp. And if I can help it, being better about scheduling, because I'm very bad about scheduling. But if I, it's one of those, having a schedule makes me stick to the schedule, and that's always a good thing. But making the schedule and then the beginning of sticking to it is always rough for me. Oh my god. Just play 4 games at once, easy peasy? I mean, that's kind of what I actually want to be doing, because the problem is that I get really locked in on one game and then play it until I get sick of it. And then never finish it because I got sick of it. So I need to play multiple games at once. Oh, that's what Joe's playing. Okay. Sorry, I saw Joe's Go Live thing being something about Yarn Boy, and I went, what the fuck is that? It's like, oh, he's playing Unravel. Okay, cool. Makes sense. Okay, so that was 5? I think that was 5 of the 13 that Sibwow guessed it's gonna take. Like, hell, I also need to go back and try and actually finish that game we started in my very slow and dumb quest to try and play all of the Platinum games. That I was legitimately enjoying, but was also just like... Astral Chain. Need to go back and actually finish Astral Chain. And by extension, then also start more other Platinum games like Okami and or Nier Automata. Nier Automata? I'm still not sure which way that's supposed to be actually pronounced, because I've heard so many people say it both ways. Do. Give egg. Put egg in inventory. Thank you. Also, I keep threatening to go back and try Destiny again. I don't know. And wow. I discovered that the guild is actually doing all heroic raids now. So maybe I can go try and do that again. I don't know if I care. Like, maybe? I just don't know. I honestly just don't know. Because... Sarge, man, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the lair. I hope you enjoy the lore. These did actually hatch. Or didn't actually hatch, right? Okay, good. I couldn't remember if they had hatched or not. Welcome to an exercise in futility. It's probably the best way of putting it. Oh, shit. Well, that was dumb. Can I make you not capture the cursor when it goes across? Because I thought I had you doing that. Okay. Okay, so this will be 6 through 10. I'm gonna level with you. I am actually hoping that Sibwa was right. Mostly because, 1, it would be really impressive, and 2, it would just mean so much less egg hatching for this one Pokemon that I'm expecting to have to do. Because... I'll be very surprised if I don't spend all day just grinding eggs and ending up with like one of the 5 one of the 5 that I still need, because I don't think I ever got a shiny Joltik either. Relatively good. I'm gonna have to take a quick break to go make more tea because I forgot to actually make tea, but otherwise good. Cat, why must you do that? At least on stream, I mean. Yes, I'm just here to pester you now. That's kind of what you get for sitting on the desk. Which you did stop doing for a while, so maybe you learned your lesson. And then unlearned it. Sure. Okay, so that was that 5. Okay, so well, time to find out if your guess is right or not. Okay, after this stack, I will probably go take that break, because the worst part is I had the kettle on heat, and I just forgot to... Don't come here. No, stupid bike. I just forgot to actually, like, grab it before starting the stream. I mean, in the middle of starting the stream, it's a whole thing. If it's wrong, it's only because I hatched them in the wrong order. That is a clever little cop-out you're going with there. Cat, do not chew on your feet. How about this? I'll give you everyone from this batch, because I'm betting it's not going to be any of them from this batch, unfortunately. It's one of those bets where I actually hope I'm wrong, but I don't expect to be. That is a passed out dog. You do not need to stare at him. He's not that scary. I swear you do that every time I roll past on purpose. I do actually have unhatched eggs in my party, right? There we go. At the very least, I've apparently got a good feel for how long it's supposed to take. Cat, don't chew on your feet. You need those. Probably. Actually, I don't know what for. You spend most of your time doing absolutely nothing. But I'm sure you probably want them for something. Okay. It's number 12. Here's an actual number 13. Nope. I was hopeful, but nope. Technically, I've given you 2 more, but we'll see. Nope. Yes, I definitely did the wrong eggs. Totally haven't been just doing them in the same order. I guess technically I'm doing the newest eggs first, because that's how this works, but yeah. I predict exactly 76 eggs, no more, no less. From now? Because that's a weird amount to count. Oh, so we might have to save at some point just so I can dump things into the Pokemon Home, because I have a living Dex over here and I don't want random eggs getting in the middle of it, screwing with it, and making me lose what the hell's going on. Okay, sorry. For a second I was looking at that going, wait a second. Why is a Pokemon missing? And I thought it was missing in the wrong way. Chuck it and chuck it in the bin? Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I'll be right back because I'm going to go put... There we go. I'm going to go make some tea real quick just because I need it to not have my throat die. So I'll be back in a few minutes, y'all. Sorry to take the break so quick. I meant to have this done earlier, but I forgot. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Sorry, that took slightly longer than I expected. Not too much longer, but just slightly longer. Mostly because I forgot that I also had water that I meant to bring over. Give me all your eggs. I'll say here, I'm using older eggs this time. So we'll see if that helps. Or hinders, or whatever. See if it does anything at all. Oh, now you've just gone with sleep? Yeah, well, this is what you get for waking me up at 3:30 in the morning. I get to wake you up while you sit on my desk, you dickhead. Yeah, unfortunately, this really is actually my entire plan for the day. So how's everyone doing? I'd like to think that everyone's doing well, but I am unfortunately ready to be proven wrong. I'm also very tired. Oh, there. It's alright. I'm very tired. Because somebody woke me up at like 3:30 in the fucking morning, and then I couldn't get back to sleep until basically Haley left. Ugh. And then I got back to sleep for a couple of hours, but just not that long. Really want chocolate cake, but you don't have any other than that. Pretty good. I mean, that's a decently low bar to crest. I feel like chocolate cake is relatively acquirable. That's the word I'm going with. Accessible. That's a much more reasonable word. I feel so dumb because I don't know why, just I made a concerted effort this morning to try and wear some of my one of my old shirts, aka like masculine shirts, because look, I've discovered that turns out okay, so I've known that I had sensory overload problems for a very long time, but I thought it was just that occasionally I would get sensory overload. Since coming out, I've realized that, oh, no, it was basically just I hate masculine cut t-shirts because I hate anything being on my neck. Just, no, nothing on my neck, please. Unless it's like a full-on turtleneck, and even then, like, I have to be mentally prepared for it. But I tried today. I tried so very hard to just go like... Sorry, that's timer for the tea. I've got so many of these left that I didn't give away because I like the things that are actually on them. Let's see if I can wear any of them, and just like threw one on. And I lasted for like 4 hours before I went, no, I actually can't handle this, because one, the neck. Just feeling like I'm being choked or something. And then also just my entire, like, trying to figure out the least TMI way of going it, but just like all of my chest was just like, no. Even though this is softer than most other shirts that I own, it was just like, no, this feels awful. I can't do this anymore, and just eventually snapped and had to change. Being trans to get out of neck clothes? Yeah. One, the neck, two, the back. I don't think I own anything that is even pretending to not have a back. And I don't necessarily know why not, besides the it's fucking cold part. I mean, it probably doesn't help that right now I was just touching my shoulders there for no reason. That would be very bad for my back, but whatever. Oh god, if I'm gonna do Ring Fit tomorrow, that means I actually have to clean up that side of the office. No. If I'm being honest, I should actually spend most of tonight or tomorrow morning just cleaning around the house, because I've been lax about that in the past month or so as well. Just like, I need to run the vet. Oh, we don't have a tenant anymore. I don't have to worry about waking up someone who sleeps in all the time. Oh my god, I can actually vacuum before trash gets picked up tomorrow. But if I do that, I'm probably going to end up starting the stream late because I'll be waiting for the trash truck. Crap! The neck, the back, the cat? So, well, I have no idea what the hell you're doing now. The crap. I have no idea what you're doing now. I'm gonna go with mildly horrified. Why do I have another Discord notification? Ah, that would be why. Okay, now I understand. Sorry, I need to clear these or else I will go mad. And keep looking at them with great concern. I'm very concerned because I have no earthly idea. I have ideas what some of these you're referencing, but not the rest. Oh shit, right. You know it would help if I actually took the tea bag out of the tea so it doesn't keep steeping. But, I mean, it's herbal tea, so oversteeping is only kind of a thing. Ouch. No, I'm not nicknaming any of them, damn it. I don't want to confuse myself, much less anyone else, if we end up actually doing this damn gym leader challenge thingamajig. I will continue to dream that we might one day do it, because I know Joe had kind of given up on getting any of the bigger streamers to commit. and he was going to just start looking for other small streamers to do it, and I don't know if he's still doing that, and I know I'm not, because I have enough trouble connecting with people that I already know, much less meeting and connecting with more people. But still. Okay, we got one more box of shuckles before I have to throw some stuff in the bank. I have no idea how many we've made it towards Gloppy's 76. I think we've done like 10 more since she said that. I think. Networking is hard, but it's also harder when you're bad about all of it. Where it's just like, yes, I exist in all places now, like Twitter, Instagram, the site that shall not be named, Facebook, like, I can't think of a place where there is not a Lair of Lore account, really, except maybe LinkedIn, because that's just silly. But that still requires that I interact with other accounts in an attempt to get people to see the things that I do, and also use hashtags or other things that make it more eminently searchable, which I'm very bad at. And then on Twitch, it means... God fucking hell if I know what the hell growth means on Twitch. Because my answer has usually been trying to connect with other streamers as best as possible. But if I do that, I get really in my own head about, like, yes, I am trying to connect with them either because they're a bigger streamer than me and I adore what they've done with their community or whatever. Or in the case of, like, Joe going like, this person seems to be a delightful human being. I wish to be friendly with them. And then realizing, like, a year later, wait, how have Joe and I have become friends and I don't what? How did that happen? What? What? Like, I don't know how that one happened at all. Ugh. I mean, I'd have to be a not atheist to go with Christian Mingle. Also, isn't MySpace for bands now? I admit to having not looked at it in at least a decade. Definitely more than a decade now that I'm thinking about it. So, I don't actually know what the hell MySpace does nowadays. I do think I'm gonna... Oh, wait, no, I can't, because it just re-upped. I was gonna say, I think I'm gonna cancel our Streamlabs Prime, because the website that they provide is utterly pointless. Like, no one actually sees it. And no one... Very few people have purchased the merch that we get access to through that, and the people who, and a bunch of the things that I like that we have access to, we haven't had access to in a fucking year because of COVID. So I'll probably set that to never renew again. Because turns out it's just easier to go to lairoflore.com than to go to lairof.live, because lairoflore.com was taken by me. And the extra things you can do at the site are just, like, not that interesting or good. Yes, get in the box. Wait, did I just hatch all of the I've already forgotten. Oh, you know the worst part? I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of eggs in my Pokemon bank. I don't know what any of them are, but I'm willing to bet that at least some of them are eggs that I need to hatch, because they're probably not all Dupiters. So I might transfer eggs to and from. Or not to, just from. Hello, cutie flies, making that grass explode. I'm really sad that there's... I also actually thought of Neopets, too. There might legitimately be a layer of lore on Neopets, but Neopets also doesn't exactly make it easy to search for people. What was I going to say? Nope, it's gone. Whatever the heck I was just saying has already left my brain. God, what was it? I really honestly have no idea. My brain is a hellspace. Oh well. And that's when I'm not also feeling bleh today. I mean, there's definitely a layer of lore on Miiverse. Wait, isn't Miiverse also closed down now? I'm pretty sure Miiverse is closed now. There used to be a layer of lore on Miiverse. Also, significantly harder to search than any of the other ones. I don't think you can search the Miiverse. Could search the Miiverse. Sorry, my armrests are not maxed. Not maxed. Max, not level? Parallel? They're not at the same height. And somehow... Oh, right. I had this one lower so that I can fit this part of the chair under the desk, but now that I've moved it, I'm hyper aware of the height that it's at. Sorry. In addition to everything else I was already talking about, my birthday is coming up this month. So I've been having to, like, go through... I don't know how to use Snapchat. I guess I'm not on TikTok or Snapchat. I don't know how to use either of those, and the only person I knew who did use Snapchat, I just don't actually care to communicate with. Well, we're using technically IRC right now, Aleph Also, IRC is like a way to communicate directly with people, right? Like, that's not really good for... I mean, most of these aren't actually good for marketing people, but still. Wait, does Google Buzz still exist? I'm gonna love with you. I can never remember what things Google created and then shut down. I just kind of assumed that most of them got shut down. Also, I can't read IC without reading it as ICC. Yes, okay, sorry, I was trying to parse in my head whether or not I said too many C's there, because Ice Crown Citadel. So many shuckles. But yes, I know Twitch chat is an IRC shell? Okay, I know Google Plus is shut down. That was actually how we determined that we definitely didn't trust one person when we were looking for new therapists, because they're... who the fuck is using local business boards right now? Because they still included their Google Plus account as like a social media that you could check them out on. And it was just like, oh no, if they don't pay enough attention to update their fucking website to not include Google Plus, then no. Yeah. that tracks, because Google has a whole bunch of things that are only for businesses that are also a massive pain in the ass to use. So, yep, again, that tracks. Or at least to, not necessarily to use, but to figure out what the hell part of it you actually want. Or if you know what part of it you want, how to get to the part that you want. They might not have enough control of the website to update it. Oh, for God's sake, really? Oh, no. In this case, it's... I looked into all of their stuff, and even some of the, like, a lot of their stuff was just massively out of date. And it just came down to your current listings send people to this as, like, a contact form, and, like, including ones that I knew had been re-upped within the past year. So I'm just like, so you're not actually keeping your website up to date. Also, this particular person just gave me some skeeves, which I don't have a good way of explaining it. It was just like something about the way that they talked about their own LGBTQIA plus treatment stuff was creepy. No, because no one uses a phone book. No one who I want in this stream uses a phone book. Could be don't know how to update, but that's still a warning sign for me of if you're not doing that, then I'm highly concerned with you being a therapist for dealing with any kind of modern issues. Like, it's that, or just don't try and link all of your social media on your website in a very big, bold, obvious place. Like, if you don't know how to control your website, then you don't actually want to have a website. Most psychiatrists and psychologists and therapists don't. They have an email address, usually through whoever they're renting an office space from, or if they're in, like, a larger group, they have an email address provided to them by the group who has their own IT people. Just, like... And like I said, part of it was also just, like, reading through a lot of their treatment philosophy was making me go, like, I don't trust this person. Like, I've never met them, and the way that their own words are portraying them makes me go, I don't... This, like, it sounded like someone who was trying to advertise themselves as working with LGBTQIA plus folks specifically because they thought it was a more lucrative market. When it was just like, no, I want someone who actually has a frame of reference, not someone who's sounds like they're doing it and have only been doing it for a very short time because they think it's the biggest growing group. Yeah. It's one of those things where if I'm not going to tell anyone what the person was or what their practice was called, but it's one of those, I assure you, if you were to go look at their page, everything about it would set off like alarm bells for queer folks of just like, what? No. Like the Google Plus thing was just the first thing that made me go, huh? Because it was like you have a link to you have a big thing in the top right corner that is a link to a dead social media, to your Twitter account that's existed since like 2016 and has 4 tweets, and to your Facebook account which you post on twice an hour? What the fuck are your priorities? Like, if you can just not include the two that you don't use. But yeah. Like, yes, I guess if they put it up there and just don't know how to take it down, then sure, but after a certain point, you should ask whoever does your web posting to help you, or hire someone to help you. If you honestly don't know how to take the social media tags off of your own website. Hey, cat buttons. Also, yeah, exactly. In what world do queer folks have extra money? I mean, the world we live in, where, frankly, way more queer folks are willing to point out and go, I definitely need therapy. Now I just need to figure out how to pay for it. See, and that's fine, Alfcat. And what I'm saying, though, is that when your job is to help people figure out what the fuck is wrong with their brains and sort out a plan for it, if you don't understand that fixing the way that you present yourself online, especially now, is a high priority, then I'm just like, the problem that I'm really having trouble articulating this. Like, I have no issue with them hiring people. Like, please, go do it. It's just more of that... Like, I am having trouble with the way that... Like, the issues with the way that I present. And the fact that you're establishing early on that you don't actually seem to care all that much about how you present yourself in the digital format is a big warning sign there. Although that does remind me, God, what was the thing that just got published? That there's been, like, an absurdly massive uptick in Zoomers that God, it was that study like less than a week ago where there's a massive uptick in Zoomers identifying as like a bunch of things along the LGBTQIA plus spectrum. Admittedly, it looks like it didn't include anything specifically about some of those letters, but hey, progress. Because it was a jump from, God, what was it? I know that it was a jump to something like 11% of them being bi. Alfcat, I feel like you're trying to use that as like a good thing, or I don't know, some sort of defense, but that's the point, is that if you don't consider a modern thing, or not even a modern, like a somewhat modern thing, like making sure that your website is perfectly up to date and actually like functioning, then my gut reaction is not to trust you with, hey, help me figure out what the fuck's wrong with my brain. No, I get that. I just don't understand why you're so focused on it, because I understand that it's like, yeah, they might not understand how their website works. That's bad. That means I don't trust them. Like, that if you have a tool and don't understand how that tool works, but are still trying to use it to market yourself, that's a very bad thing. Like, that's why I don't have anything like TikTok or Snapchat, because I legitimately do not understand how they work. Like, I have a vague idea of how they're supposed to function, but not how they're supposed to work as a outreach tool of, like, how... Like, I understand Snapchat as a tool for connecting directly with other people, but not a wider community. And I understand how I'm supposed to use Twitter. I'm just bad at it because I'm bad at using hashtags and things. And I understand how I'm supposed to use Facebook. It's mostly by giving them money, which I am just not gonna do. So that one's easy to just accept, like, yeah, that one just mostly exists because I don't want anyone else to ever get their hands on the facebook.com/layeroflore, because I don't think it would ever be an actual issue, but hey, I want to make sure. It's the same reason why I created the Layer of Lore subreddit, so that no one else could ever do it, just in case. And that was before I even properly used Reddit, although properly is probably the wrong word of saying that, too. The brain is a website? No, well, mine might be, but that's just because it's got, like, 8 million dead pages that I just have sitting there going, I'll probably do something with that at some point, or I've just forgotten whatever was supposed to be done on it. One day we will see that weird blue shuckle. Ugh, no, I have absolutely no intention of ever being tied to any of the Chan things. They're all just hell pools. They're all the worst. Like, I know a lot of people have... I'm gonna say nostalgia? I don't even know what BBS is. I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? Alfcat, what's BBS? I know if people have nostalgia for, like, the old forum systems and such. I think I'm okay with never having really connected with forums. There's just too much. There's just too much. Like, I understand the usefulness of it, but... and why people miss it, and to an extent, I can see why people want Discord to be a little bit more like it, but not exactly like them. Please. Billboards? Billboards are expensive. And for relatively little... Like, that's the thing for why I'm like, I need to use social networking, because... The problem is that I'm... Bulletin board system? Ah, okay. Because... I'm at least slightly aware of the way that the millennial and... Well, specifically the millennial and to a small extent the Gen Xer brain works. Which is that... hang on. Which is that all advertising just gets immediately shunted out of the brain. Okay, I need to save a column, so we can only get 5 more eggs. So it's just like, yeah, advertising does not really work on either of those generations. Like... at all? Like, there's a reason why the primary method of advertising at millennials right now is performatively woke crap. I'm looking at you, Oreos. Also Twitch this morning, or like 3 hours ago. It's like, yay, Oreos, good job for saying trans rights. Hey, by the way, remember that they're currently being sued for violating child labor laws because they basically run on child slavery because Nestle owns the people who owned them. But also, for context, for anyone who, like Alfcat, does not use Twitter, Twitch did a stupid this morning, which, I mean, that's most mornings, where they're, I don't even know how the hell this dumbass word is supposed to be pronounced, where they're celebrating, what was the, yes, March is Women's History Month. They did that fun thing where you replace letters with an X in a way that in some cases is well-meaning and in others is really shitty. Like when you replace the S in folks with an X, which is just stupid, but isn't necessarily negative, it's just stupid. Or the X in Latinx instead of Latin, which is, again, mostly just stupid. Meanwhile, the one where you replace the X in, or the A in woman with an X is to make it inclusive of trans and non-binary women when they just want to be acknowledged as women, not a special version of the word that you made up specially for them. So it ends up being, instead of, we made an inclusive word, it's, no, you made an exclusive word that TERFs love. And good job, Twitch. You did a tweet with it today celebrating how good and inclusive you... God damn it, Twitch. Yeah. I'm not even sure what the hell that one was supposed to be, Sibwow. But yeah. Like I said, some of the things where it's just we threw an X in to make it more inclusive are just dumb. Like, honestly, a bunch of them are actually just dumb. This is one of the ones where it's just like, oh... Yeah, no, that's one of the ones that's actually used by shitty people to make people who just want to be referred to as women feel extra shit. Sorry, I don't actually remember how I got onto that tangent for whatever the hell I was on about before. Oh, right, yes, woke advertising. Not sure everyone in the video is aware how it was spelled. I mean, I'm in love with you. I have no idea how the fuck you're supposed to pronounce it. Vowels are terrible. Ah, okay. Thank you, Alfcat, for being able to read horrible X speak. Like, the only one of those things where it's just an X that I actually appreciate is mix, or technically mix, which is the gender-neutral, like, Mr. or Miss or Mrs. Also, why the fuck are there still two for whether or not the woman is married? That one still strikes me as bloody bizarre. Like, that's the one that I appreciate, because it's a good gender-neutral, useful one. And because the people who want a gender-neutral... That's not a title. What are those called? What are those called? Okay, we're not picking up any more eggs because we have to hatch all the ones we've got already. What the fuck are those called? I actually don't remember. Because, like, the easiest gender-neutral one is doctor, but not everyone has... Honorific, thank you, that's it. Have the time or money or the wherewithal or the desire to go through that much work just to get a gender-neutral honorific when it feels like a relatively basic thing if you're going to make people deal with gendered honorifics all the time. But I believe it's supposed to be pronounced as mix, or mix. Basically, whichever one happens. Like, it's been explained to me, I think, several times as mix, but it's one of those, I always end up reading it, never actually hearing people pronounce it. Weirdly, I think I heard it first in the culture novels. But have also seen it from... at this point, it's relatively widely known, it seems, at least amongst non-binary and gender non-conforming folks. And I know of at least one person who's been having some fucking trouble with people being absolute assholes about gendering them, so... Because I don't know if somehow you're on this stream without already knowing this person, but if you like good art, you should go check out M. Lunsford. They have done a whole bunch of different comics over the years, probably most well-known for Supernatural Step, and Speak of the Devil is their current one. Actually, that's a lie. At this point, they're probably most well-known for doing a whole bunch of the art for Blazeball, which, hey, Blazeball's back. I haven't checked on the pies today. Well, not lately today. I should check out the pies. Blazeball is back. But yeah, you should check out M. Lunsford's work. They are fucking great. They've also do the Desert Bus poster whenever that happens. Whenever that happens. Every November. Oh my god. It's linear time, me. It doesn't change. Just like, where was the open spot? Haha, I found the open spot. Being misgendered sucks, but it's way better than being Mr. Gendered. Yeah, at least for me personally. Cutie Fly, why are you trying to chase me down? You're very small. Wait, I don't actually need to hang out near here anymore. I can just, like, do the properly go in circles thing. The get a rubber band and just do this thing. I'm gonna count that as a pun, though, Sibwow, and therefore you are a monster for that pun. Ah, nope, sitting on my foot. It's asleep. Oh, shit, I didn't actually respond to Haley when she texted me, did I? Oh, shit, I meant to also check and see. Are the closed captions still coming through? Yes, they are. Sorry, I looked over and it was going, oh, shipman. Ah! Shut up. Oh, yeah. Come on. Give me a shiny shuckle. Nope, need to never say that again. Nope, that sounded really filthy somehow. Or my mind might just be in the gutter, who knows. It's probably that one. I've spent the past 2 days trying to figure out how to make more lewd food, so it's probably that one. Wait, Sibwa, what was the O cap for? Or was that just like the lead into the being misgendered part? I'm confused. I just missed that line entirely. Lead into the joke? Okay. I just entirely missed that line, so I wasn't sure if it was something that I missed or what. Also, I think I'm going to try to make, like, one stream a week playing one of the various Riot games, because I continue to actually really enjoy all of them, but it's the same thing as, like, the working out. If I don't make it part of the workday, I just don't think about it. Because I still actually really quite enjoy Runeterra whenever I remember to play it. I still really enjoy Teamfight Tactics whenever I remember to play it. I still really enjoy Valorant whenever I get a chance to play it. That one I play a little bit more often, but even then, it's largely at the whims of people that aren't me, so... Plus, I think their new battle pass starts tomorrow? Maybe several days. If you get new gender-neutral names. Sibwa, you can't do that when you've already come up with a name that I actually think I really like and need to find a way to test if I actually like. Because I have to find a way to fucking test it before I decide whether or not I like it or not. Nope. There. What was that for? Chair thing? Oh! I remember a thought that I was having, like, probably an hour ago, where I was saying that I'm having massive trouble with basically everything that I do right now, because... Are there eggs in my bag? Yes. Because... One, I'm just... I'm relatively frugal by nature anyway, except until the very moment when I'm not and spend way too much money. Which is why I'm like, I need to get cameras for doing more cooking streams. Do I commit and get them now, or do I wait an entire month in case family and family-in-law actually look at my Amazon wish list that they ask for every birthday and Christmas, and that I give to them, and then they usually often don't actually get anything off of it? So I'm just like, do I put cameras and like a new desk chair and a bunch of random crap that I legitimately do want on it, but could get for myself, and hope that they get it, or do I just get it for myself and then just deal with whatever the hell happens for the birthday, because God only knows what they'll actually send? This is 100% a problem entirely of my own creation, but it's also just a like, like, I had a, let's say, fun discussion with my mother-in-law of just, like, she does not understand non-binary, and I've been informed by Haley that she's really bad about misgendering. But I had a conversation with her basically like, look, Haley is dealing with a whole lot of shit, so... And I'm still at the point where I have thick skin about dealing with non-binary crap. So, hey, please ask me questions instead of asking her, because she's going to be missing context, and also just she's dealing with a lot of shit. And I mostly did it because I had a really good in, Namely, my realization about the whole shirts thing, because every fucking year they gave me, like, usually a tea turtle shirt, which are very nice shirts. But they fit into all of the, oh, good, yes, my whole body wants to die a little bit now whenever I put it on sort of category. Literally, the shirt I was trying this morning was one of my comfier tea turtle ones. So it's like, hey, oh, it was a fun discussion. Sometimes your birthday is about everyone else. Yeah, I mean, a little bit. Yeah, especially because, like, the one thing that I would probably want to do for my birthday are things that I just straight up can't do. So I'll probably end up streaming that day and just... I don't actually know what. I have a couple of ideas. I'm kind of tempted to make it a cooking stream. On this site, not the hell site. I don't know why I said hell site. The site that won't be named. And it's mostly just because there are a couple of dishes that I adore that Haley cannot stand. Actually, I need to check. Yes, my birthday's on a Thursday, so I can definitely do that. Because Haley just does not do seafood or shellfish or anything. So I'm kind of tempted to make it a cooking stream where we make lobster. Because I fucking love lobster. And I have a couple of ideas what I could do with that. That will also be easily the most expensive cooking stream I've ever run. And that's not even counting the fact that I would need to get... that I would want to have the new cameras to test it with, but I probably won't. It might end up being just like the last one we do on the old setup, but we'll see. Let there be lobster, and then there was lobster. Yep. God, I actually really love lobster and crab. The problem is that with crab, it's just not worth it to get a whole crab and cook it yourself. Also, because it's actually very hard to get in the States, just because most crabs are actually killed and cooked as they come off the boat that they were caught on. And then flash frozen. With lobsters, it's just easier to get one live. But again, also, cleaning a fucking crab is such a pain in the ass. It's such a pain in the ass. Like, there's a reason why I love crab legs. But cleaning a crab is not worth it. Because most of the meat is in the legs, but... especially for any of the larger ones, you need to crack open the shell and basically pull the meat out of sort of a honeycomb-like structure, while also avoiding their internal organs and their gills. And it's just a pain in the ass, and it's not worth it. But with a lobster, the only thing that you're really having to pull out is a thing that kind of functions as a lobster's liver. Otherwise, nothing else. Plus, we wouldn't have to deal with the whole screaming thing. Like, okay, so here's the thing that some people have heard about lobster screaming. They don't actually scream. They're the problem, or what you might hear is a like high-pitched noise that is caused by they are already dead by this point. it's caused by their relatively high water content meat coming up to the same temperature as the water you're probably boiling it in. Don't boil your lobsters. Steam them. But coming up to that temperature, and then that water trying to boil out through the carapace in a way that just does not quite doesn't want to let it out because it's supposed to keep stuff in. They are not screaming because they're in pain. Their nervous system can barely feel pain at all if it can. I actually don't think it can. If you put your lobsters in an already boiling pot of water or in an already steaming pot and close the lid, they are dead after 10 seconds. So if you... steam from the steamed lobsters? Yes. So if you... the other thing you can do is throw them in the freezer for like 10 minutes beforehand. It does not kill them, but it does put them to sleep. So it's just to, like, let them go to sleep and throw them in the... throw them in for 10 seconds and bang. Arguably, there's also a second way that is, depending on perspective, more humane, but you basically drive a knife through their extremely rudimentary brain. The problem is that, one, you have to actually line up a knife on a lobster head, which can be difficult, and you have to puncture the shell with your knife before it's cooked, which, again, can be pretty fucking difficult and dangerous. But technically it's a way to kill them before you put them in, but yeah. And the reason why, because I feel like this doesn't get addressed terribly often, the reason why lobster is so often sold alive is because when the lobster dies, its body actually attempts to make sure that whatever killed it can't get any value out of the body. This is why you can often buy bits like lobster claw and lobster tail separately, but not the main body, because its gastric system, which is mostly a liver, when the lobster dies, starts trying to eat the meat around it. Well, eat. It starts to break down the meat around it. And lobster aficionados can actually really enjoy that liver. I'm trying to remember the real name for it, but it's functionally its liver. Tend to enjoy it. The problem is that because lobsters are relatively unaffected by the pollution they live in, that does mean that their livers do a lot of work, so I'm not a big fan of trying to eat them. But like, I have a bunch of good stuff I can do with lobster. I'm just like, Haley hates them because she just doesn't like seafood in general, but crustaceans especially. So I'm just like, I could do, like, one thing I could do is my lobster stuffed lobster, because unlike with crabs where all of the meat is in the legs, there is a tiny bit of meat in the legs of lobsters, but it usually gets ignored because it's a pain in the ass to get at. But with a rolling pin, you can just, like, snap the legs off and roll the meat out. And it's not a ton, but you can use it to make, like, a little stuffing with, like, graham crackers, with breadcrumbs or cracker crumbs or whatever. And usually some, like, sauteed onions and such. And then throw it into the space where you... after the lobster was dispatched, where you had to, like, scoop out the liver to prevent it from breaking down the rest of the meat. And you could just fill that nice little space right there with a little bit more lobster. But I bet I could probably find a bunch of other recipes to do with lobster, too. Just, like, buy 2 lobsters. I've sold myself on this plan now, and it's a terrible idea. I don't even know if any places near me sell lobsters. I could definitely get, like, lobster tail, worst case. Don't know about anything else, though. Oh, that does remind me. There's a non-zero chance that this new idea for how to run cooking streams will work for grilling. Admittedly, we need a new grill because ours got broken in a windstorm. But I also don't know if it would work anyway. But it might. We'll see. I have ideas on how to make it work if it doesn't initially. I also, again, have not actually managed to run any tests directly between the laptop and here. And again, I can't really do tests until I've got more webcams to test it with, unless I want to take apart the setup here, and that's not... It's not a particularly heavy grill, and at the very beginning, actually no, right in between fall and winter, we had very bad windstorms, like picked up and tried to take away small children windstorms. And it picked up our grill and threw it across our very small backyard, and a bunch of the little gas there. It's got 3 gas vents that run that are the gas vents, and all of them were jostled. One was entirely removed from its housing, so we have not actually had a chance yet to test whether or not gas is safely passing from the distributor into the vent. The other one has been bent in a way that makes it look like it might vent gas down instead of up into the vents where there would be fire. So that's a little concerning. So it's one of those, it might be totally fine. We just won't know until we can test it. And there's currently a foot of snow in our backyard, and there's pretty much been a foot of snow or some amount of ice since that windstorm, so we haven't had a chance to test it. It was also just like a very light and cheap grill. We actually were going to try and go buy another grill that someone local was selling, but ended up not doing it. We definitely should have. It was like $80 for a really nice grill. But it was back when we weren't sure if we would be staying here. You do lobster tail and lobster tail dinner and dessert. No. Honestly, my initial plan was just to say I'll order Red Lobster because they do perfectly fine lobster. And then went, wait, but I could just I could turn my birthday into work, which sounds dumb, but in my experience, doing a stream on your birthday generally goes quite well. Especially if you make it clear ahead of time. It's like, hey, it's going to be a birthday stream. That it goes well, and also just it's fun. Especially since I can't go out and see other human beings. And I am a massive introvert, but I've actually gotten to the point where it's like, no, I do actually want to go see other human beings. Please, I don't miss them that much, but I miss them a little bit. Hey, Moggs. No, not... I mean, yes, I guess people live to gift subs, I guess. Yeah. I do currently have, I think, at least half of the subs to this channel are gift subs. That's also the other thing that I need to do a little bit more of is, setting goals again. Because I think I gained 200 followers last year. When it's just no, if I had been pushing, I feel like maybe we could have actually hit 1,000. And that should be my goal this year, and I haven't been focused on it at all. And I also should focus on, sub goals, because it's how you make money, which is also why it's hey, I actually have the goals are fake. They are, but at the same time... At least they're a thing. They're a thing to pretend to work towards. It's also why I'm okay, so I also need to work on the Patreon because it needs a whole bunch of work because I haven't been doing shit over there. I need to update, like, the trailer on the Patreon because I'm pretty sure it was from 4 years ago. Maybe 3. I just realized that the game audio is coming through. Oops. No, goodbye, mugs. Like, I need to get the coffee all set up, and like I said, on the anniversary stream, I had a whole bunch of little things that I want to work on for, like, stuff to run during breaks and, like, a trailer to run at the beginning of the stream. I don't know if the trailer is going to be really feasible, just because I need more... I need modern cap content, since, as we saw from the anniversary stream, most of the clips are from the 3 years before I came out, and therefore have me looking not the same at all, significantly less chest, and more god-awful beard that was not good, like, never really grew in any possible way, but I kept trying to make grow out to go like, yes, I can do masculinity. Nope, 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 nope. And also just, I'd rather not use clips where I'm literally misgendering myself. Dub over old clips and draw on boob. Look, given that half the people who come to this channel for the first time don't even notice them initially, I think I'm the only one who notices them, but they are attached to me, so it's hard to not notice them. But I also can't draw at all. That's why I commission people who can, whenever they actually have free commission slots. Okay, time to go ditch a whole bunch of fucking shuckles. But I think that's why I'm more just like, yeah, let's get... I want to do more things that are like, yes, let's get more... more good clips of, like, modern cap. Also, why the hell didn't anyone tell me, like, a week ago that I 100% should have, not a week ago, like 2 months ago that I should have fucking switched to... What the hell is that? Oh, right, you can transfer from Pokemon Go now. Yeah. I don't actually remember how many I've got. There should be a queue here. Yeah, okay. Oh, including my shiny Clayster. Admittedly, there's also a thing of like, oh yeah, but I also probably want to do some amount of voice training, so I should do that. No, I don't know what I'm on about. Shut up. Oh, that's home. Okay, here. There's all of the Jupiters. I don't actually know if there's an easy way to get rid of these Pokemon. Just use a robot filter? No. Because it's more of just I actually want... I want to like my voice. But that part I'm also a lot more accepting of. Like, it's still a minor dysphoria thing, but it's not the biggest dysphoria thing. Okay. Now then, there should be eggs in here, or are there not? Why does it have that symbol over it? Okay, weird. Where did it put the Pokemon from Go? What if they just sort of got thrown into random boxes? What am I looking? I feel like I'm looking for something and I don't know what. Yep, no earthly idea what the hell I'm looking for. Oh, I forgot about you. Except that we can't put Beedrill in Sword and Shield. Wow, they're really low level when they come over from Pokemon Go. What the hell? That sucks. Okay. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Box spaces. There we go. Okay. I thought I had eggs over here, but I guess I got rid of all of them? Shit. Okay, that's annoying. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Okay, really quickly. I'm trying to remember. Is there a way to search? Yes. Damn it. Okay. Ooh, you. Oh, we do have solar power. Never mind. You're actually kind of fucking awesome. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to see what of these gaps I don't have filled and see if I have the Pokemon to fill them real quick. That's what, Clefairy? No, What am I looking for? Cleffa. I'm looking for Cleffa. Nope, no Cleffas. Okay. Those are Vulpixes. Oh, didn't actually grab it? Okay, oops. Okay, did I... Welcome to my current frickin' madness. Sorry, all. This is why I've always wanted to do a... Ooh, good. A national deck, or a living Pokedex, but always forget to. Because it takes a lot of effort. Okay, so I need a Alolan Diglett. Did I transfer any of those? No. Doesn't look like it. That one's complete. I do need an Alolan Executor. Do. Really? You make me lock all the way in even though I can see that the thing I'm looking for is right... Ah, fucking hell. Oh, you're going to be at the other side. Okay, and that's... Cuba. Okay, this is all silly. I'll do this off stream because this is all silly. See you, Subo. Thank you very much for stopping by. Okay, I really thought I had more eggs in here, but I guess not. Oh, wait, there's one. What? Why can't I take... Wait, where is this egg from if I can't take it out of home? What? Where is that egg from, then? Also, wait, can I search for eggs, then? No, I can't. That is more shinies than I was expecting, if I'm being completely honest. Oh, right, we named them Ponyo. Also, why the hell are they in here? Oh, they're not. Okay, they're actually in the right place. Good. No, again, I'll deal with this later. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go get more eggs then? I really thought I had some in the home, but I guess not? Oh, okay. Okay, hello. I'm not trying to knock over my own lamp. It's fine. It's fine. Yes, I'm gonna blame you for me getting lazy. Give me all of your eggs. Oh god, now we're gonna end up with like the weird egg rotation. Because this one's getting progress while no others are. Oh no. I fucked up. I fucked up. I fucked up. Create more eggs. Thank you. Yup, we're gonna have a weird staggered thing now. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. It actually is totally fine. It's just mildly annoying. Oh, so yeah, how's everyone doing? Well, I'm doing my extremely silly egg farming madness to try and get shinies of Pokemon that no one usually cares at all about. Because, I don't actually have a good reason. Given that we've already established that this thing probably will never happen. But I can dream that it will. And I'm already 1 shiny down, so I can totally keep trying to do more. Yep, that's how that works. I wonder if they're under the, since they're down as the egg. They're probably not. I bet you just can't search for them properly in Pokemon Home. Ooh, that's always fun, Odin-san. Any good ideas so far? Or anything come to mind? There we go. They're real the egg then? No. Also, Hezuo, how you doing? That reminds me, did I find out whether or not I broke my coffee? Because I'm afraid that I might have. No, I didn't. Yay! Not terrible? Okay. The 8-ball says check again later. Don't trust the 8-ball. It lies, often. The 8-ball is a ball of dickishness and lies. Trying to hide my mouth behind the microphone while I yawn. Sorry about that. Ugh. It's 8 above and you've been a touch bored? Because it's too warm? Or because that's still fucking cold? Or does the temperature just sort of like a state of being? Suppose that means you should go for a walk? Maybe. If it's what feels right, then probably. Okay, we've got 2 more to hatch before we can hopefully get these sort of like swapped. It was minus 16 yesterday. Yeah, I mean, that tracks. Unfortunately, we're up to 47 Fahrenheit right now, which is about 15 degrees above freezing. So 15 degrees Fahrenheit above 0 degrees Celsius. But I know we're expecting like hard freezes this weekend, unfortunately. I almost said my code out loud. Like what to read? Yeah. Oh no, we're not anymore, actually. It looks like it's generally better, except for snow on Thursday. 40F is 4.5C. Ah, okay. Yeah. For those of you who are just coming in, I can't talk, but that's not new. I was basically doing a quick rundown of the announcements from the Discord, or was at the beginning of the stream. I did like a rundown of the announcements in the Discord, as well as a better clarification of one of them. What else? Fun discussions about me trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing for my birthday this month. And thinking that it's probably going to end up being a stream, mostly just for the sake of... Excuse me. Mostly just for the sake of... I'll be home that day anyway, 'cause it's not like I actually get to go anywhere. And I will not be seeing other human beings anyway, so I think I'm gonna make it into, like, a cooking stream. But I'm sort of undecided on whether or not I should bite the bullet and go get cameras and such to test the new streaming method that I think will work really well for getting us more camera angles and more dynamic cuts and such. Or do I just hope that relatives and relatives-in-law get them as presents for me, or what? And I just... like, the only thing I've settled on is that I think I'm going to run a cooking stream, and worst case, I'll just do it with the current security cams. And then, like, the current setup, because if I'm doing lobster, like I kind of want to do, that'll work totally fine anyway. Also, my brain is just a fucking pile right now, because I didn't sleep great last night. Woke up at, like, 3 a.m., and then went back to sleep at probably 6 a.m. and slept until 8. And I've spent the past 2 days doing some VOD work, which doesn't take a long time, but it just takes so much energy because it's just coming up with stuff to say about all of the VODs and then coming up with an at least slightly creative thumbnail, except for Ring Fit, where I've definitely given up, and I'm just like, no, I'm just taking some promotional art and throwing a thumbnail, or throwing a title and such on it. And I've spent the past 2 days, I'm gonna say brainstorming horrible lewd food things that's just left my whole brain sort of a horrible mess, trying to figure out what the bloody hell to do with that. Sorry, not what to do with that, how to get free from that, because I definitely can't not anymore. Like, that's just what my brain is. I was also really hoping we'd get at least one shiny today, and I'm definitely crashing. Definitely crashing. And we have not had a shiny yet. And I'm definitely falling into the mic, but it's fine. It's fine. Not had a single shiny yet. Are we having fun yet? We're not having fun, but I am kind of probably about to fall asleep, so I might clear out another run and call it. We'll see. I was really hoping that we'd get at least one shiny today, but I was also kind of prepared for this just to functionally be a just chatting sort of stream. So, oh well. Like, I think tomorrow I'm probably going to try and do some Runeterra. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Because, like I said, I'm hoping to get back into Ring Fit tomorrow. And then maybe some maybe some Runeterra as a second stream. We'll see. I have many thoughts, but not terribly many coherent ones. The issue is definitely the lack of coherency. God, I'm so glad that this is a thing. Just, yes, please let me edit the party from anywhere. It's so beautiful. Actually, that's a lie. Tomorrow might be Valorant, just because there's a new Battle Pass tomorrow, I think. It's either tomorrow or Wednesday. It's weird. I don't know what the hell I'm on about anymore. I think I had a thought there, and I just sort of let it trail, and I don't know where it went. Also, hey, Kamasu, how are you doing? I'm gonna actually maybe try and join the raid this week. We'll see. Just because I didn't realize that the raids were doing all heroics now. So I might actually try and join in. We're waiting on corporate bullshit? Boo, I'm sorry. But yeah, I didn't realize that they were doing only heroics now, which I'm a lot more on board with. I am a little annoyed that... Is the guild still set to stealth mode? Because I want to get... may or may not be quitting Hearthstone depending on how this week goes. I mean, good for you for standing up for yourself, I assume? Boo having to quit, but still. Right. Might actually try and raid again this week, just because, yay, they're doing heroics. Instead of just, like, starting with normals and then going to heroics. But also, at the same time, don't know if I care enough. And there was a third thing. What was the third thing? Nah! My sub was gifted to me by my oldest friend before he left Blizzard. I thought it was like a 6-month sub. It turns out it's a year, so I just have more time. There literally isn't a card attached to resub anyway. Yeah, I also forget. Don't worry. But I admit that I sort of got disheartened a little bit. One, by the lack of feeling like we were doing any sort of progress, but then also by discovering that because the guild marked themselves as stealth, I can't go see my own parses. Like, I don't know how, like, because I run guild things, I can't see parses. So I can't see how good I'm actually doing, which was weirdly throwing me off something fierce. Ugh. But yeah. Yeah, I'm just confused because it wasn't always stealth mode, but someone swapped it over and I guess just has no intention of changing it back. Because I guess they don't want people to feel bad for not? Also, are both groups running... It occurs to me I only checked one of them. Are both groups running heroics, or is only one of them? Also, we still have no shiny shuckles. Look! I think that was that entire last group. Yep, that was the entire last group. Okay, I'm gonna level with y'all. I'm gonna call that there. I think I might make this a somewhat regular stream of just like, yeah, we're farming the shinies. But it'll basically be a, do I have a thing to talk about? Okay, we'll do it that day. So yeah, thank you all so very much for joining me. I hope you've all had fun. Or at least tolerated my utter bullshit, because that was very silly. There's a couple of other ideas for what might be coming up the rest of this week. I don't have a hard schedule yet. I will be working on that, but the hard schedule is a little bit less priority than anything else. Yeah. The main goal is just actually streaming and not getting behind on VODs, so that's what I'm focusing on. Sure, let's go with that. Anyway, you can find us at all the places down below. Twitch.tv/layeroflore is where you're probably literally watching this right now. You can find us on youtube.com/layeroflore. You can support us over on patreon.com/layeroflore and coffee.com/layeroflore. I've also properly tied coffee in with our stream alerts now, which is why you can see it over in the bottom right corner on not this screen. So tips will actually go through there, so yeah. As a reminder, this stream is brought to you by, frankly, amazing support from both Aleph and Lord Inkdeath. They're the entire reason that we're able to run cooking streams, so thank you both so very much. Yeah. Oh, right, and you can find us over on Instagram and on Twitter, both at Lair of Lore. And yeah, I'm going to throw us over to a Joe Kim, because he's a delightful human being. He's playing Unravel, which is it's that platformer where you're, like, made out of yarn, so all of the puzzles are about tying things together with yarn, or, like, doing physics puzzling with yarn. That sort of stuff. It's very cute, and it's a pretty clever little game. And yeah, thank you all so very much, and I hope you have a great night. Sorry, the thing wasn't typing for a second there. I have no idea what tomorrow will be, but hopefully some Ring Fit. I have a game to maybe try if we finish Ring Fit and there's no way to, like, continue on, so I have ideas. I have plans. Night all.